Welcome to the Rebel Love Show. We are a once-a-week broadcast from Manchester, New Hampshire, where we are pro-pots, pro-gun, and pro-coffee. We'll get that straight. We'll have to work out.
I just wanted to copy you.
You just want to copy me?
I like when you say that part. You should make that your catchphrase.
I've been saying that since the show started. So
I know.
one thing the show's gone through a lot of different co-hosts, but that has not changed. That line is right there.
Yeah, the line's forever. So, just like us.
Yeah, Rebel Lovers forever. Anyways, I'm Mathias.
And I am your Rebel Mistress, and we have a very special guest. I guess all our guests are special, but both extra special. What number is this of you being on the Rebel Love Show?
I think this is my third appearance.
Third? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He usually comes on about every 2 Shire years, give or take.
And he's always doing something new.
Yeah. Every time he's on, there's something going on, something different, and all that jazz. So first off, we kind of want to hit what we kind of left off with last week. We are doing a competition, a contest, if you will, for tickets to the New Hampshire Hempfest and Freedom Rally here in New Hampshire.
And I was going to post that in the chat, just some more information about that, because I had it in my copy and paste. So there you go. It's in the chat. If you need more information, just log on to lrn.fm.
Yeah, you can go chat. We are live every week. We're live here, and you can go chat with us. We do monitor the chat room. You can also go watch us live at rebellowshow.com. Click on live, and you see the live YouTube feed of our beautiful faces talking to the world.
But basically, our competition is you take a selfie of yourself representing pro-pot, pro-gun, pro-coffee. We ourselves just took a photo, which I thought was pretty awesome.
That was a badass shot.
It was a good selfie that we took. It was a selfie. We used a selfie stick.
No. We did not use a selfii stick.
Oh.
We used a Bluetooth monopod. Yes.
AKA a selfie stick. To take this photo.
It's a broke ass selfie stick because the Bluetooth part of it, the button doesn't work. So we actually had to shout commands to the camera to take photos.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was.
That's because you were super high.
Yeah. As always, what else is new?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely send your selfie to the rebelloveshow@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And
or just Facebook messages.
Or Facebook messages, whatever. And we will be announcing those winners on August 15th.
Be creative, folks. It's like a $180 ticket, something like that. It's like a 4-day festival.
It's $170, I think, for the week. Have you ever been to a Hempfest, Beau?
No, I haven't actually.
No,
well, this is your perfect chance.
Yeah,
all you gotta do is send us a selfie. You could be the running too. There's no stipulation saying the guests on the show can't enter for this contest. We're making this up as we go.
Other podcasts too. Enter it. Take a podcast selfie, whatever. Have you been to a Hempfest, babe?
No, I have not. I wanted to go last year. I just didn't end up going to it. But I'm actually excited. After Porkfest, I want to go to another festival, and this seems like something to be right up our alley.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be fun. I don't know. I know there's going to be a lot of music there, and I'm a fan of music.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware. We'll have to do we'll have to be intoxicated like we were at Porkfest for that kind of music.
Of course.
Well, it depends on the music. They have a lot of wide range of music there, from hippie
it's
stuff to
it's gonna be a
techno.
Fun festival. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So super excited about that.
Send them in because you only got a couple weeks. That's it. After that, who knows what we'll do with the tickets. But
besides taking awesome selfies this week, we also hit up some. Well, do we consider it activism, helping new movers move?
Yeah.
I think we should ask Beau because he really gets. Is it activism? Helping people move into their house, and eating pizza and drinking beer after.
Well, I think what it is it's you're building a community, so you're actively involved in bettering somebody else's life, and I think it's definitely a kind of activism.
It's definitely.
Well, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, building a community. So, I mean, with
that
this,
sounds like that song. We are building a religion.
It's weird. It's culty. We take it culty when we say building a community and stuff like that. But when normal people do, they don't take it as being culty. They just think it's building a community.
Communities are good things, and how often you can't even get regular everyday people can't even get their bum friends to come help them move. Someone we don't even know is gonna say, "Hey, we're moving here. Can you help us unpack for 6 hours in 90-degree weather?"
Way too much shit with them.
They have a whole family.
I understand they have a whole family, but that U-Haul was packed to the brim.
Yeah,
But there was
right.
enough people to handle it, though. I mean,
Oh yeah. There was like 10 of us
They
there or
were
something like that.
shocked.
how long did it take?
An hour and a half, something
Yeah,
like that.
they were shocked.
That's nothing compared
Yeah.
to what it would
Yeah.
have been.
It probably took them all. It probably literally took them 8 hours to pack that up.
No,
Yeah,
it was
well,
just her. It
yeah.
was just his wife by herself with their 2 little kids.
No, he went down there.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh,
How do you think
okay.
how do you think they got the U-Haul back up?
I
Like,
have
he
no
drove
idea.
down there.
I was like, I thought she drove up here. I was like,
No, she's coming up like later today or something like
Yeah.
that. The Burtons. Yeah.
they're awesome.
Welcome home, kids.
Yeah, welcome home. They had he had actually moved up here before her. I don't know why. Me and Rob joke. He was
Yeah,
like,
we
it's
joke
like the
about it.
1800s. He came across on the boat.
Yeah.
Check out the
it's
land.
like this late 1800s, and Manchester is like oh god, now I'm drawing the blank. It's literally like we're like the like I remember my
You're
grandparents.
settling.
Yeah. Like my on my mom's side, they came over from Germany, and it was.
Oh wait, Germany. I thought you
On
were
my
Persian.
mom's side, I didn't say I was 100% Persian. Who says they weren't Persian from Germany? I'm just saying that's where they came from.
Okay, they came from
There
Germany.
you go. They went through so Island. Okay, I can't believe I'm messing that up. My great grandfather came over like 2 years before he brought the rest of the family, because he was like trying to find a job and get a home and everything like that settled.
Yeah, because that's what they did back then.
But that was back then. Today's like a different age. It's really weird to
you
see
never
that. Like,
know what could happen, I guess, in the big bad world.
well, I'm glad.
And they found a house in the middle of nowhere, and that takes some research.
See, I wouldn't want to live in the middle of nowhere. I like
Me
having
either.
some city life to things,
What about you? You've been in all the cities. I tell Rob this all the time because I know you used to be a Keeniac.
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew that side of anyone, so I just came. I'm so new school.
I know you
So
are.
I don't really know anything about,
You should see
the
all the
events that
things that we talk
transpired.
about, and she has no idea. Like, she had no.
Well, I have some idea
No.
because you tell me
We
word
tell
of
you.
mouth.
Well, like, we tell her stories. We tell her me and Renee were driving with her past the old Manchester Police Department. We're like, Ann, do you know what happened at this building? She's like, I don't know.
What happened?
Are you talking about the chalking?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it? The chalking 7,
Beau was
6,
there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know. What was it?
Chalking 8, I believe.
8, yeah.
That sounds like a
Um,
movie title.
Well, it really ought to. There's enough footage, and although I'm not sure if all the cameras and footage was retrieved from that day. There are a lot of cameras stolen by the police.
Mm.
One was stolen from me. And it wasn't my camera. I was using Pete Ayer's camera. But yeah, there was an occurrence of police brutality outside of bar Strange Brew, which many Porcupines frequent, and that's where the Bitcoin meetup is and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a few years ago, some off-duty cops beat up some guy at the bar, and so it was a response to that event that Porcupines went out and chalked kind of police accountability style messages all over the sidewalk and then the walls of the police department, and
Oh, wow.
they
So
came out and arrested a bunch of people. And
this wasn't the first time you guys chalked, though, because I've heard before of people referring to the chalking incidents in Keene and how it got out of control. Or was this
There was
the
a chalk-
beginning of that?
this was more or less the beginning of that. Like
Ah.
it really wasn't as big a deal.
This is like
before
back,
that.
what, 2011?
2000, late 2011, early 2012. Yeah, late
That's way
11.
predates me. That's like 3 years before I even got here. You know how much
Yeah.
history happened in those 3 years?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's-
I'm still learning new things.
There was a lot of history that happened in Keene before I had showed up originally, and like we ended up, in Keene they ended up smoking a blunt in the police station there. And
Wait, you're
that
going to
was-
have to tell us that story when we come back.
Yeah, that's what inspired me to come up here. One of the things. Can you cue audio and video through this thing?
I sort of can.
You wanna pull up that video.
Oh, that would be cool.
Well, let's see here. I can put this up on here, which is like a screenshot. So, where do you want me to go to?
Search Storms Police Keene Police Station.
What was it again?
Storms Keene Police Department.
Storms Keene Police. Storms as an STORMS.
Yeah. Type in March.
What?
Type in March. Yeah, another.
This one? That's the part 2. Part 1. Does this play sound through that?
Good, I got to make it out. Yeah.
I know.
F6. Don't want to mess up his hair. Just for now. Hey, you're picking, right? Are you guys going to break this up sometime? No, not this week.
I'm audio recording.
No, it's you guys.
I'm going to skip ahead.
You're gonna go down and this
is where they march in the police station. No. I've seen something where there's a bunch of people in this police station, but I've never seen the actual march up to it. Whose channel is this? Who's this guy?
Yeah, so smoke out that business.
That was the next one. This? I want to see when they go in. Whenever that plays, I need a show clock. See, that's the problem. I always think it's 20. Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. And Beau was telling us, he brought up a YouTube video for us to watch during the break. So if you're watching this live at rebelloveshow.com and click on live, you can watch us in the studio. We actually are not in the Rebel Love studio, unfortunately. We're in Flaming Freedoms for the time being. We plan to be back in our studio hopefully soon. Hopefully. Yeah. But Beau was giving us a key story.
Wait, is this the smoking blunt in the police station?
Yeah, this is before I had moved to Keene. I remember seeing this video on YouTube, and like I said, it was one of the things that inspired me because they were doing in Keene. They were doing regular daily 420 rallies where every day at 420 they'd go to the Central Square, and they would smoke openly. And there were a few different confrontations over the years with police, but after this event and the video that you're gonna watch, and before I got here, there was this like crescendo with the marijuana activism in New Hampshire and Keene specifically, where they ended up doing some false arrests and people ended up. It seemed more like a waste of time for the police to be bothering with activists than to actually do so, and so they kind of ended up being a draw where activists were able to go out and openly smoke and not be bothered, like wave to the cops as they go by with a bowl in their hand, and and no big deal, you know.
Wow, those must have been the good times, because I remember watching Derek J's and him getting arrested for not like he didn't even get a puff in.
So
and
it was
that
pretty much
cop,
fine.
like fucking tried to arrest him.
Yeah, it was fine up until then. That's pretty much when the arrests and intimidation started happening again. Was that arrest actually of Derek?
Fresh new batch of stadies probably.
Well, I don't know, but this is
Keene.
from Keene. It wouldn't be stays, yeah. 2009 this happened.
Yeah. So this is old Shire history.
Wow, that's like a
good thing there's
ago.
YouTube videos.
You know,
or it wouldn't be real.
I've made this argument before that YouTube videos and stuff like this is kind of like historical documents from years to come. You have no idea. 20 years from now, someone that joins the Porcupine community, if it even exists in 20 years, which I'm assuming it will, but people are going to go back and watch like YouTube videos or Beau's documentaries or something along those lines, podcasts, and like relive, find out like stuff that happened, because the stuff is discussed in these shows. There's videos of it that happen, but people watch it like when it happens, and then it gets shared a little bit, and that's it. It fades into memory and it literally becomes something that is discussed word of mouth on a show. I'm like, oh, this happened? Like, what are you talking about? We're going back and watching something that happened, 6 years ago.
I feel like media has picked up like a lot since then, though. Everyone's on YouTube. Everyone and their grandparents are, downloading YouTube or putting something on YouTube or going to watch how-to videos. So maybe it's just...
Yeah, everyone kind of makes YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's like it's the new book, YouTube.
Well, yeah, the market is definitely saturated. That's why these videos can disappear so easily.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it's fascinating to see that just...
Do you know any of those people in that video?
No.
Well, there's Rich Paul's in there.
Maybe we have to...
Point.
I'm not going to play it on air, but during the break I'll play most of it. Because it's a lot of like things going on, and it's old school news anyways. I just find it fascinating because I have never seen it before.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just find it fascinating that like stuff like this can happen. Like I don't even know about it. You don't know about it.
So you don't know anyone from 2009 that's still here?
Oh no, I know a bunch of people that are here before 2009. I mean, there's some hardcore OGs in
I'm just
our
like,
social
I'm looking
circles.
at that video and I'm like, I don't know any of those people. That's funny because I feel like I know everyone now. Well, everyone who does activism.
Yeah, but here's the thing: people go through, in regards to activism, people go through phases. Like they burn out. Like people come here, gunslinging, like let's do this, like running around everywhere, doing everything, and they kind of just burn out from doing activism.
So, what year did you move here?
2011.
2011, and so from 2011 to 2015, have you seen that burnout that people just like now?
I've experienced it myself.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm like still in the honeymoon phase.
I'm getting out of the honeymoon phase. Like I came out of it a couple Shire years ago.
Like it's so funny. I'm like that with the real world. Like I'm just like work. Like that's irrelevant. Why do we need to go there?
Well, I mean, like for us, we have a lot of fun, babe. So that kind of like takes away from the burnout. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like what caused you to burn out for the first time?
Probably getting arrested.
Yeah, that could be.
So jail's not fun, is what you're saying?
No, it's not. I try to avoid that if I can.
Yeah.
How many times have you? For
3.
activism, 3.
Yeah, 2 for the same scenario.
What was your longest stint?
30-ish days.
30 days. I cannot imagine 30 days in a cage.
I think it was more than it was like close to 2 months actually. I can't remember exactly, but
Did you get a lot of visitors?
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Were some of those like from the church? I wanted.
The church?
Yeah, the Shire Free Church.
Oh, well, it wasn't a church back then.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, see.
No.
So new school.
It was a club.
So it's just,
I love all like the stuff that you don't know or do know. I find that like crazy, babe.
yeah, because I know there's at Area 23, since they're they have the official status, they can come visit you in jail and stuff. So
No,
I know that.
not Area 23.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Church of the Sword.
Church of the Sword.
Church of the Sword is different from Area 23.
Okay,
That's two
sorry.
completely different entities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. So I know they could come visit you if you're in jail. So I didn't know if you had that kind of resource back when you were getting thrown in, or.
Yeah. It was just that civilians or whatever, anybody who they would let in and had government papers, I guess, was able to visit.
I can't picture being arrested. I just can't. You should never get arrested. I tell you that every time before we go do some activism. Like, okay, just try not to get arrested.
I do enjoy the adrenaline, like knowing I could get arrested for doing something.
Really?
Yeah, it definitely is wakes me up.
No, because I just.
But you see me interact with like government officials. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just to what point, because they're scary people.
They are scary.
Like, they can kill you. Sorry, they can. They probably unintentionally just like you could be gone in like 2 seconds, or they could just throw you in the back of your car and just take you away for the rest of your life, and there's like nothing anyone can do about it.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be trying to bust you out of there, and then we can run away.
See, I've said this before. I'm not gonna pull a Billy Rock. Like, I'm not gonna like literally not talk, and if I'm being pulled over by a cop or something like that, or do something to where.
Wait, what's a Billy Rock?
You see what I'm talking about, but you understand.
This isn't that long ago.
I know. It's very.
How long
it's very.
I've only been here since December.
Like a year ago, I think.
Okay, I've only been here since December. Don't judge me. We'll find out what it is when we come back.
After our post-rock Billy age. Yeah. You have time. Yes. All right. Yeah, we tried fixing that a little bit. Like, I have my compression turned up as loud as I can. I don't know if I should. I'm turning mine down now. Is that better? Or should I turn my compression back up? But I was turning my gain up, but it started picking up the air conditioner in here. Oh, God. If I'm going to do that, I might just turn it off. I know. All right. Do you hear that? Do you hear any noise coming through from my side? All right. That's as high as I can turn it on without that going through. All right, do you still hear this coming through? Because I'm hearing the awesome static coming through. Yeah, I get that. Let me try turning off the air. Hold on.
Not the air. Definitely you. Because the air conditioner was on last time. Nothing was wrong with the mic.
All right, do you hear me now? Does it sound better? All right, how's that? I turned the gain up. Almost no change at all. Wow. Is it just when I'm talking, when someone else is on the mic? Did you hear that at all? Ann, can you talk into the mic?
I am talking into the mic and...
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Oh, wow.
The levels on the main feed, on the main mix were low.
Check 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. It sounds like I'm buzzing.
1, 2, 3, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let me turn my gain down a little bit. How's that better? Do you hear anything different? Okay. Hey, Beau. Oh! Just talking to the mic for a second.
I'm talking in the mic, but I really gotta pee, so I'm gonna go and pee in a cup because I don't have access to a bathroom, and there's all kinds of houses around this house, so I could just go out to the cemetery if I wanted to, but then I'd be peeing on graves. People would get mad, and I'll get like some sort of sex offender thing, and I just need a pee, but I don't have a bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, really? That makes so much more sense.
Thanks, Ian. All right. Do you want me to tilt this so you can...
That's fine.
Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show, and kind of want to tell my story about the court activism that I did last week. I guess I kept it hush-hush. I didn't really...
Didn't you talk about it last week?
No, I didn't. We forgot to talk about it last week.
Really?
We didn't even talk about it on the show.
It's unmemorable.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, it wasn't like a huge thing or something like that.
It was a trial of Rob Mathias. Rob Mathias was a rebel. No.
Yeah, no, I love it when you sing my theme music.
I need to remix that song.
That's I know you keep telling
I
me.
haven't been to one of your court dates yet, but I hate going into government buildings. It makes me feel like I have scabies. Like,
I know. Like it's going into like the beast. Yeah, I hate it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I love you though, but.
Well, babe, you gotta remember, one day one of us is gonna get arrested, and we need the practice.
Then we should just run away. If one of us gets arrested, where we're gonna go to jail for a long time, we're getting the hell out of here.
Oh, I'm down. Like we gotta get our passports and like.
Yeah.
There may be a day where we have to get the hell out of Dodge and just get out of here. Yeah,
so what happened with your parking ticket activism?
It wasn't parking ticket activism. It wasn't a parking ticket.
Wait, what was it? What were you fighting? Sorry. Just tell me the whole story. Start from the beginning.
How do you not know this? Oh my God. So apparently my life partner here didn't know that I had a trial and what it was for, but I'll let everyone else at home know how I got out of it. So basically, living here, I kind of feel as if like I really should have some sort of knowledge on how the court systems work and what to expect when I go into court and whatnot. So for this past year, I've been fighting any traffic ticket or parking ticket that I get whenever I get pulled over. I fought one parking ticket and one traffic ticket. No, and she would know, my real mistress here, she knows that I get pulled over all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
It pisses me off. Every time I see those fucking lights back there, I'm like, not again.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least you were prepared last time. You knew what to do the last time I got pulled over.
I swear, like, I've been pulled over more times with you, like at least 5. And I'm a black woman from Georgia. Like, you think I would be used to getting stopped by cops? Nope. No, not as much as they stop you.
They have targeted me. I've been pulled over at least 14 times. Not always driving. Yeah, since I got here, it's literally once a month I get pulled over.
Probably all his giant fuck cops bumper stickers.
Might be. Yeah.
Well, okay. First off, it's not always when I'm driving my car. I've been pulled over in other people's cars multiple times.
Well, and you also speed.
I go with the flow of traffic. I do not speed. I don't want to get rear-ended by someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and actually, the ticket that I got was an accident I had back in March. Hit another car. Their car was fine, and like a scratch on it, if that.
Didn't you hit like a truck?
It was a truck, yeah. It was like a huge truck, yeah. So, now mind you, I wasn't against the idea of like me paying. I did hit the guy. I'm not saying I didn't. But like the ticket was one of those things where like.
It wasn't restituting. It wasn't offering up a restitution
I guess
to the victim.
To the victim. Like I wanted to petition the court. Well, first off, I was using the ticket more so even if I lost, like I kind of consider that like me paying for a court workshop on how to on what to do or what to say, stuff like that, you know. And that's how I kind of viewed like what I'm doing. Because I'm literally just paying for like the experience, and you know if I win, it's kind of like gambling. Oh, cool! I won blackjack. Sweet, I didn't lose any money this time. So that's what I was viewing on. I was actually going to plan to petition the court where like, you know, can I give this ticket money to the actual victim here, or can I at least give it to like a charity? Can I volunteer for a charity? You know, stuff like that. And plus the pretrial, which wasn't recorded, which I wish it was. The pretrial didn't have. I actually got into a huge thing with the sergeant that was there at the time. She was didn't know what she was doing. I wanted to simply do a charity thing, and she ended up giving me a not guilty plea. No, I didn't even plea. Like she just threw that into the court, which I thought was kind of crazy to begin with.
So why? That's how they are. They don't care.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know they don't care. So, anyways, what I did was that morning I printed up a press badge. Renee was coming over, so like I literally printed up a press badge, hand her the press badge, hand her my camera. All right, and the press badge was cool because I got one of those badges where like it pulls up from a zipper, not zipper, but like a long string, so you can kind of pull it up. It's all in a laminated like holder. It looked legit, at least for like indie media. Yeah. And we walk into the court. We go through the downtown Manchester. We go through the security, and security is all. They're giving Renee like a hard time, like you can't record in here, you can't do that.
I got my shiny badge.
Yeah, she's like I'm press. I have a press badge, and then I turn to the guys like, she's recognized as press by the state of New Hampshire and the court system that you are working at. You can check her credentials if you really need to, but she is representing a press affiliation. She is press, and she will be recording my case in the courtroom.
Nice.
And then we walked away. Yeah, they also gave me a bunch of dirty, a bunch of remarks because I immediately took off my belt walking up to it because my belt buckle sets up the metal alarm. I don't like them frisking me, so it's like I literally will take off my belt to go through the security checkpoint, and they're like, "Don't take off your belt, sir." Like, I don't want to be.
You don't want someone grabbing your tongue unless you specifically
mind you, they
ask
wave
for
a gun
that.
thing over it, but it's like. And like, but the metal detector, but nonetheless, it's like I've been through here before, knowing this will go set it off.
When they told you don't take off your belt, sir, did you continue to take it off?
Yeah, I don't. I kind of I get a high telling government officials no.
Right.
Didn't you get arrested for not standing up in court?
No, it was for not taking off the ball cap.
Oh,
There's video
that
of
is
that
such
too.
Where are you from? Sorry.
Florida originally.
Florida, yeah. I'm from Georgia, and that is such a southern thing. Like, you're not allowed to wear hats inside. Like, you can't wear hats inside of, like, the University of Georgia, like, or high school or anything.
I remember when I was growing up, that was the thing, but once I was kind of older, no one gave a shit.
Yeah, no, everyone cared so much. Like, you can't wear hats in the house. And I never understood, like, how is that bothering you?
I'm not. I can't really verify it at the moment, but I've heard that in some cases, courts mandated that women specifically wear hats. In the courthouse.
What, just not baseball caps?
Like decades ago. I'm not. like a century ago or so. I like I said, I don't know. Somebody look it up. Somebody in the chat room.
It's just all these ridiculous rules about being proper etiquette. Address the judge, stand up for the judge, everyone rise for the judge. Like, in America is not a cult. Like, no. Like, why am I standing up for this rogue person trying to, like, rob me? I'm gonna bow to her like she's the queen.
Yeah, I don't go along with the whole idea that these people are some sort of like higher power or whatnot, anything like that. They have some sort of legitimacy. Well, it was really funny. So, anyways, we walk up, we get into the courtroom, and me and Renee are just sitting up in the front, and we're waiting for my turn, you know, for them to go do their whole process, and they call up two people, like they go to the front of the you know, where everyone's sitting, and they call up one person, they take a plea. They call up another person. They take a plea. All right. And then they didn't call me up. They walked up to me. They knew who I was by name. And they're like, the process.
Really?
Yes, really. And I didn't think I've not really done much activism in Manch or the court system or anything like that. I've not been arrested, so I found that very fascinating. Maybe they put two and two together because I've been there to record a couple times before, and I did get into a heated argument when they threw a plea in for me, and I didn't want a plea. I was just yelling. Like, I'm not trying to. I don't want to give a plea. Like, I want to like work this out in the pretrial, you know. And maybe that's why. Maybe they kind of like put notes on there about
they
that.
They just want you to listen to them. You think they're not taking notes of someone who's going against that? You're thinking wrong.
I'll finish what happened when they came up to me when we come back.
So no AC.
What's wrong? It's an air conditioner.
All right, we'll see.
Hot as shit in here.
It is hot. I understand. So, if you want the computer in front of you, go ahead. Have this screen. If you want to use this, use this. Okay.
What?
You want to use this?
Yeah.
But I don't have what the show notes on there, so you're going to have to bring topics up.
No problem. And you come back. We should go onto a list of what to do if you are arrested. Know your rights.
There is a really good video that Ridley did of the Chalking Eight, where he narrates.
He narrates it.
Well, like not so much like while he's recording, he's talking about what he's seeing, and then I think he does do a voiceover recording of some sort.
Oh.
So it'd actually probably be good to, as opposed to that other video where there's nobody talking, just a bunch of ambient noise. Like you'd kind of play it, if I don't know if it'd be useful material, and then comment during the dead spots.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was definitely an interesting.
Oh, I can bring up the notes on here. What am I thinking? I should have got 2 iced coffees, because this ain't going to last me for the rest of the show.
What time do we come back on?
I don't know, man. I don't have a show clock. We come back in like, I want to say a minute or two.
Oh, damn.
But the next break is like a 10-minute break.
Oh, yeah.
So it's from like 10:56 to 11:06.
Let's see if they're gonna. Just trying to borrow a lighter from one of them. No, nobody's answering.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry.
If this was at our studio, we'd be lit up already. I'm gonna be smoking too. Oh, wait, I can put the chat on there.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, and I'm gonna finish up my story of how I fought the law. Apparently, I've won. So we're in the courtroom, and we're sitting there. Me and Renee are cracking jokes. I think we made some stage jokes. We usually do when we're in court. It's just a fun thing to do.
Can I hear an example of one of your status jokes?
Well, it wasn't one of my status jokes.
Yeah, one of Renee's.
Oh.
Renee's a horrible joker.
We're talking about how I don't know, there's normal anarchist stuff. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Normal anarchist stuff.
Yeah, like
normal
how
anarchist lingo.
Yeah, anarchist lingo, like how these people are, like paying for. They think these have legitimacy, and like how this is a sham.
You guys aren't
blah, blah,
funny.
blah.
Okay.
I
keep
know.
going.
Yeah. Well, we're talking loud so other people can hear us. That was the whole kind of point. We're having this conversation openly in front of a bunch of people who are in court, and their money's being stolen.
Yeah,
you
probably turn some of those people into anarchists. You should just hand out Free State Project flyers.
No, I don't ever hand out Free State Project flyers in New Hampshire. Why would I ever do such a thing?
Good point.
Yeah. I've done that outside of New Hampshire.
Like, people can be friends of the Free State Project.
Yeah, sure, but I don't promote the FSP when I'm here.
I think it'd be better if they were to just learn of good happenings here, good acts or good deeds.
People bitching in court, I don't know. That might be a good deed.
Well, no, because they see something like that. They see people like us standing up to the same people that are stealing from them.
Exactly. That's why you should hand them some kind of propaganda.
Well, no, when we left, we wish we had "Don't Take a Plea" propaganda.
Something.
We're like, we are such slacktivists. We didn't have that. It would have been like our victory lap around the courtroom. Like,
oh, by the way,
I know there's stacks of that. Look, we can get any propaganda that we can think of. We can pretty much get
or make
for that matter. Yeah. So, anyways, we're sitting there. They call me by name. By looking at me and coming up to me and say my name. They didn't call me up. They looked at me. Yeah. And the prosecutor has decided to do a null process, so they're throwing out the case. And would you want a paperwork verifying that? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, I want paperwork to verify that my case has been thrown out. So they gave me that, and you're free to go. And I'm like,
yeah,
sweet.
I was waiting at home.
it was all 5 minutes, and the last time I was in court, it was a 2-hour ordeal covering a case. So this was literally 2 minutes.
So it seems like more people ought to just bring a friend with a camera and a press badge and
scare the shit out of them.
That's the best thing I can recommend anyone do is, especially in New Hampshire, print a press badge, hand it to a friend, hand them a camera. And what's crazy is we were debating to bring a camera, bring a actual camera, because my cell phone, I have a Galaxy S6 right now, and this thing takes 4K video. It blows the video quality out of the water of my Sony Handycam to the point where it's a night and day difference. I don't even want to touch it.
But a camera looks more official.
Legit. Yeah, it makes you look official because I'm holding this older camera where this thing takes 10 times better video and it fits in my pocket.
Yeah, so that's what the courts recognize, the chunky video camera and the press badge that you printed that morning at Staples.
How much was that press badge, by the way?
The
cost of printing.
The cost of printing it was 56 cents. for the actual photo quality of it. The plastic and the
Zip tie.
yeah,
zip,
that I got thrown as like a promo thing at one of the things I went to for my job. Like they give you promo stuff all the time.
Yeah, you can
They're
find those at Walmart.
yeah, and you
like
can get.
$5,
I think they're like
$10.
$5.
Yeah.
Like it's not. They're dirt cheap. Like you see those.
See?
You can get them at Office
Only
Max
thing you
or
need
something
is
like that.
$5.56 to beat the state.
Yeah, so I guess I did do something. I printed up something and bought something or got something. So I guess I had to do something. And I had to request that day off of work, but that saved me over $100.
Yeah.
That was over $100 ticket that I didn't have to pay. I'm now 2 for 2 fighting cases in New Hampshire with the traffic tickets, which I don't. Here's the thing: I'm not a right to travel activist. Neither do I want to be one. I just seem to happen to keep doing these.
I mean, I feel like we are inspiring people to fight parking tickets. Even the guy from Bob's Burgers is coming to New Hampshire.
What, Eugene Mirman? Is that his name?
Yeah, and fighting traffic tickets.
Okay,
Wait, really?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
Oh my
no.
God!
First
can
off,
I read the letter?
yes, you can. I just want to say he's fine in Bob's Burgers, but I know him best for being the sidekick on Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a co-host of that.
Do you know that show?
It's a great podcast. It's one of my favorite
but you
podcasts.
know Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which
More
character is he,
importantly.
Bob? Is that
Yeah.
the guy?
He
he's
doesn't he
not
play
Bob.
all of them? He plays all of the characters, right?
No.
No, that's Family Guy. Sorry.
No.
He
Go
plays at least 2 of the characters.
I believe he plays too, but
Yeah, and he plays Archer,
no,
too.
No. That's
Doesn't he
not
play
Archer.
Archer?
That is not Archer. That's some completely different actor. That's a completely different voice actor.
He
plays
wrote
the kid.
Archer?
He plays the kid in Bob's Burgers.
What does that have to do with Archer? Nothing? Did he write Archer?
No,
No.
the actor that plays the voice of Archer is also the dad in Bob's Burgers. He is Bob. This is not Bob. He's from Bob's
So
Burgers.
Archer
but
is Bob's
no.
Burgers. But it has nothing to do with Eugene Merman. Got it. Okay. So,
It does. They work together. They're on the same show, but it's not the
but
guy
they're
that
not
plays
the same
Archer.
person. Got it. Okay, so Eugene Merman was in Portsmouth, and he decided he got a parking ticket for $15. So he took out a full-page ad in the Portsmouth Times or whatever. Dear Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and especially the parking clerk's office. Last June, I had a wonderful day walking around in historic downtown with my girlfriend. I brought 2 puppies who turned out to be gay. Just kidding, they're puppets. We stopped in the cute shops, ate popovers, saw David Blackcross. It was nice. Then, when we returned to our car, on the windshield was a ticket. What could this possibly be for? I thought. I paid for 3 hours of parking, but only used 2. You're welcome, Portsmouth. It's a crime in Portsmouth to not use all the parking you bought. How'd you know I'd be back early? ? Do you have a pre-crime division? Why are you pre-cops working on pre-traffic tickets? Shouldn't they be out preventing street performers before they happen? But no, I read the violation. We backed into a spot and we were fined $15. So he naturally went to their city ordinances, which is a great idea. Because people are stupid. They don't think you're ever going to look up this shit. So he went to their city ordinance, and it says that it's illegal to back into a parking spot. But this isn't the official rule book, is basically what it said. And so he was like, so I went to my section in my official rule book where it says, fuck you, don't steal my money. And he said that he looked around for signs to make sure there were no signs that said don't back into this spot, which there weren't. So he says, we know New Hampshire's state motto is General John Stark's celebrated quote, live free or die, which he famously said before attempting the first recorded self-blowjob. If John Stark was alive today, he would be 287 years old. Also, right after learning about cars, General Stark would then be disgusted to discover that Portsmouth doesn't even give people the freedom to back into a parking spot, which by your own state's twisted logic turns my $15 parking ticket into a fight to the death. With great disappointment in you, Eugene Mirman. And that's his full-page ad in the Portsmouth newspaper. I don't know if they responded to him.
See, the question is, did he fight the parking ticket?
Maybe he's fighting it with this letter.
Well,
maybe
no, it's a
every
protest,
time,
but
maybe
is he
every
fighting
time
it?
you get every time you get a parking ticket and you start writing a full-page ad in their newspaper, I don't know. Do you think this? Do you have to fight it? Is that the only way to go? You can't just troll the shit out of them.
Well, you
live
can.
action?
I'm not saying.
I think there should be a lot more trolling going on here in the Free State.
Yes.
But what would
you have the phone cookies, right?
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, I
do that.
don't have the phone
No,
cookie.
we have one in our fridge.
I don't drive.
That's true. Thank God.
I should go on a bicycle with a phone cookie.
Is it the same for bicycles? You have to be hands-free, or is that
I
just
bet
the
they're
natural
I'm
different.
sure
law?
they have some law with that. I don't know.
Is it? You don't even.
Most likely.
No one even knows. Like if it doesn't say it, then it's fine. But no, I definitely agree. I think trolling is a great idea.
Well, there is a. We are in New Hampshire. It is the presidential campaigns coming up. We can always go troll some politicians and stuff like that. Make coverage. I don't know. I'm itching to because it's like one thing I'll do is I'll listen to local AM radio, just kind of get in tune with what like locals are talking about.
No, he's a crazy guy. I never listened to that shit.
Hey, before we go, there was this. There's one video at some point you ought to look up. Keniacs ended up asking Santorum if he ever Googled himself.
Oh, I've seen that.
I've seen that one.
So there's some trolling in the election, the election scene.
This
That's my question for Rob. As a Persian, what are your feelings on Shia versus Sunni Muslim? I'm trying to introduce. Can I ask that? Maybe. I'll respond. Sunni. Shia versus Sunni Islam.
you should just say, I believe this whole planet to be my hometown.
He's talking about the Shia and Sunni.
I know. You shouldn't even play into just. I believe in peace and equality for all. It's saying light skin versus dark skin. Give a shit. I really need to do my hair. I lost Dale's mic.
We'll talk about it. I definitely need to work on content tomorrow, babe. I miss our studio, babe.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till we're recording back there.
I agree.
There's a lot of feedback coming through with the air. All right, so what are we talking about? What do you want to talk about next? Yeah, you're bringing it back, babe.
Okay.
You pick the topic too. I'm down for poly talk if you want to talk about poly. Oh, we got to get Beau to talk about our proposal video.
Okay.
We should confront him about that.
Well, if that's the case, we'll come back on that segment and ask about Porkfest, and then it'll lead into the proposal video. We'll ask how was his Porkfest if he comes back on time.
Oh, babe, if you're gonna add it on there, you should have like tagged it with like the show and the Stoner's Cookbook thing.
I did it from my phone.
Oh.
I can do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Log me out of Facebook and log you back in. You know, I'll give Daryl Perry credit. He does good at doing the news. I couldn't do that. I don't have the intensity or the drive to do that. Like, I actually learn some things listening to his news breaks sometimes. Man, I wish we were smoking during this show. I might smoke before a show next week. Wait, do we have a show next week? We do. We have one more before the New Movers Party.
Nice.
Do you have any guests you want to have on next week? What about the chat? Hey, chat. Who would you guys like to see on next week?
We can just do us, but it is the regular.
What?
We can just be us.
I'm down for that too.
Unless we get a good guest, but we just need to get a good topic.
Yeah. We should probably do more show prep besides the night before too. Oh, Kickstarter is calling you out, babe.
What did he say?
It's like 80 degrees out and the Mistress is wearing a hat.
It's a beanie, not a hat.
It is a beanie. It's very artistic of you.
No, it's just a beanie.
Is there a phone charger in here?
I have no idea. There might be. If I had known, I would have brought my portable battery for you. We come back in like a minute.
I can't even find a post I wrote on her. And And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. We hope you've been enjoying your time with us. We've been having fun. And we're here with Beau Davis, the original Keeniac.
No.
He's not.
By no
He's not
means.
original.
Well, he's like, to me he is. And he's like a Renaissance man because he does everything. You dabble everywhere. It's great.
Master of nothing, unfortunately.
No, you're a good.
Who
editor.
cares? Who wants to stick to one thing when you have the world has so many opportunities? So I feel like every day after Porkfest, I know I talk about it a lot because it was just super awesome, especially for me. So if you get tired of it, so what? How was your Porkfest experience, Beau? What was this Porkfest for you since you've been here since 2011?
Oh, it was a lot of work. I did some recording and. But it was fun. I had a good time. I met a lot of people. Saw some old folks. It was good. I'm looking forward to Liberty Forum and the next Porkfest.
Yeah, a lot of people were telling me this was like very different. I've heard a lot of people's different views of it. Like I heard some people say, "Oh, this was more laid back," and I'm like, "Psh." I heard some people say it was like a lot of people, especially in the beginning, because I heard all these rumors there won't be people there and all of this stuff. So it was really interesting to see, how everyone else's went, like compared to mine.
Well, I will say there were more people there in the beginning than there were in the beginning of last year, but there weren't as many people at the end as there were last year.
Well, we
I
were
think
really
the rain
sore
scared a lot
towards
of
the
people off,
end.
though.
Anyway.
No, I will say that people have different experiences, but those are people that, if they're not having a good time, they're probably not having a good time for a reason.
That is very true. Well, I got engaged at Porkfest, so I can't really compare mine to a lot of people's. And Beau made a video of that.
It's in the making.
It's in the making.
Right?
What is just like a Porkfest infomercial? What are you just summing up everything? Can you Photoshop the Mountain Dew can out of my hand? Just
No,
let
I
me know.
unfortunately can't.
Okay.
I
fine.
did crop it out. I zoomed in a little bit on the video, so that's cropped out.
Oh, really? You cropped that out?
Yeah. I mean, it loses a little bit of definition when you do that, but
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I wish somebody just would have told me. I hate all these surprises.
Well, I mean, at least you're wearing a dress for the proposal. Like, that was my biggest fear, that you're going to walk out not wearing a dress.
Well, how many Porkfest videos have you made so far?
well, a bunch.
Just a bunch. I'm so excited for them to be coming out all through the year. Not all of them, especially not Buzz's Big Gay Dance Party.
Yeah, please don't ever release that.
I'm not saying anything to that.
Good answer. I don't know. Just don't tell us. We're shameless people anyway.
Yeah. We knew full well that there'd be video and pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. But it was still a good time.
Oh yeah,
It
was one of the best parties I've ever been to. Yeah, that was absolutely amazing.
So, I hope next year is just as good. I hope someone's throwing, we're going to, of course, our ceremony will be next year, but I hope someone's throwing just as many parties and there's just as much recording. You would think I'd get tired of people with cameras in my face? Not yet.
I'll have to admit, you handled that proposal like a champ. Like, most people with, like, cameras everywhere, like Beau walking out there like looking like he's from like 2050 with like a camera sticking out of his chest and stuff like that, and people, Joe had a boom mic and there's other people with cameras, and you're like walking past Derek J with his camera out, not knowing that you're behind him and stuff like crazy. There's cameras everywhere.
And it was like I've heard rumors. Please tell me if they're true, or don't tell me, that there's like gonna be this whole fast forwarding. There was a camera somewhere.
Yeah, there's a time lapse. Yeah.
Because there was something that happened outside of that tent that night. I'm like, crazy. And, the next morning someone's like, it's all going to be in the time lapse. I'm like, what?
We'll see.
Well, the night aspect of the time lapse isn't really going to be. You're not going to see a lot. I mean, you see a bunch of flashing lights and hula hoops and stuff like that, and the campfire.
And you'll just see me running around the whole entire campground.
It's a super wide angle, so like you'll end up seeing little ants mostly.
That's good. That's good. No one will be able to make me out, which is great. So, I'm very excited for that.
So I know both of us are excited about our proposal video you're working on. I can't wait to get you sent a rough draft at one point, though. I kind of want to have some sort of intro in the beginning of it.
Well, my thing is, I really want everyone to know that they're invited. Every single person on the planet.
See, I don't know if I want that in the video. Like, that seems like I don't. Bo, would you think that we should have like saying that everyone's invited to our ceremony in the proposal video? Do you think that's a good idea or a bad idea?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't see why it'd be a bad idea.
I don't know.
I don't
sold
know.
on it.
We'll
I'm
see.
not sold.
We're so indecisive about everything. So, but are you polyamorous? Because this is the poly love show, so we have to ask at a certain point.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
You don't like titles? Is that what you're gonna say?
No, like
I feel like everyone always says that.
That's not. Well, no, it's not what I was gonna say. But I.
Did you go to the poly party at Porkfest?
No, I didn't. No, I missed that.
See, all the poly people were there.
Well, not all.
Yeah.
No.
There were a lot of poly people there, but
that was like a very politician answer. Like, not really gonna answer.
so you're not all out poly, or like where do you stand? How would you describe you to other people?
Are you like if you were to make your dating site profile?
So I.
Do you Tinder? Sorry, too many questions.
Sure. Yeah. So as far as my classification in the matter, I guess, yeah, I'd be poly. I still am unclear really on all the definitions and everything, so I'd like to say that when I'm with somebody, I expect them to really more so than just like being with other people or whatever. I want my partner to respect me and my time, my choices, my life and everything, and I absolutely reciprocate, not just on receiving that, but because I want them to live their own life and own themselves and be themselves, and I don't want to be such a heavy influence that I'm trying to change them or anything like that, so that's where I put my focus as far as like bettering myself in relationships with other people. As far as being poly as opposed to mono, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to my partners having relationships with other people. Relationships come in all forms. Like when you say I'm not in a relationship or whatever, you're like excluding the fact that you have friends or like there's all kinds of relationships, and not any one person really can be your end all relationship. Like there's
why would you want them to be? Why would you want someone to be your self-destruct button?
It's selfish. It's wanting to own somebody. It's wanting to have exclusivity to somebody else's that part of their life or certain parts of their life, and that's what I don't want to have somebody have dominion over me, nor do I want to like I like when I'm with somebody, I like to have a really even playing field, and I like good give and take, and
well,
that's pretty normal for for poly, though.
Yeah, for poly. I mean, I've been in relationships where like you're in a controlling relationship. That person does want to control. Like they want you. They can't handle jealousy of any way, shape, or form. And they want to be in that relationship. Like one thing I love about poly is basically for me, like, babe, you can do whatever you want. You can go out and do whatever.
Babe, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to tell me. Don't tell me what to do.
I know. I'm just saying for the radio. Like you know that you're free and I'm free. We can do whatever we want. But all I ask is that you dedicate some time to spend with me, and I dedicate time to spend with you.
Nah, bye.
Bare minimum.
I'm just kidding. I love you. No, I think. Well, when we come back, I want to know your aspect of being in a triad, a relationship with multiple people. Maybe you can give us some advice.
A triad or a quadrad or a
quadrad.
That's just crazy talk.
You've had a quadrad. Okay, we'll come back.
By the way, you definitely picked the right person to narrate 101.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Stephanie Murphy's on so many podcasts.
She's got a great voice.
Oh, she has a great voice, but she's on so many podcasts on LRN that someone that moved here listening to a lot of stuff on LRN, it makes perfect sense that she would be narrating, that documentary. I'm just saying that, like, you made a good choice having her on there for multiple reasons. Like, she deserved to be on narrating that movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Renee asked if we clean the room.
What?
Renee asked if we clean the room.
Did we clean it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, obviously. I know that.
Newbie, Beau Davis created 101. He was the director. Like the commercial playing right now, he made that commercial right now.
Apparently I said that over the air.
Said what over the air?
That I needed a charger.
Oh, you said that over the air?
Apparently.
I think you said during the break.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that
Well, the mics are live during the break. They're on YouTube. We have viewers right now, so I don't know. Well, not
Hi,
that many.
viewers.
Yeah. Apparently the chat did not know that you were unless they're trolling the chat, they did not know that you are the guy behind 101. But I think it's trolling, though.
Okay, I don't know why he's trolling.
Hey, can you move that off of there because it's kind of blocking the camera? There you go. I'm hating this board right here. It needs to get out of here and move away that way. But this is Dale's studio because that gets caught in that camera.
Yeah. Damn, died.
Hey, should we get a Rebel Love Show app, babe?
What?
A Rebel Love Show app. I had Lipson. We have Lipson. They'll make it for you for a fee. Well, it's not that much money extra for a month to have it fun there.
Doesn't LRN have an app?
Yeah, they just came out with an app.
Well,
I'll bring it up on the air.
They've had one for years now, at least. I've had it.
No. They've used TuneIn.
No, they have their own
just now
downloadable app. No, I've had it on.
But they've always had the app.
Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show, and we're kind of debating about the LRN app. I know that just came out on iTunes and
we're not debating.
Play
Rob
Store.
just thinks he's right about everything.
I'm always right about everything.
Well, I've had the LRN app on my Android phone for like I said, coming up on 2 years now.
No.
Almost 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And
It might have been pulled from the market and then put it back on, but it was there at one point, and I haven't taken it off my phone since.
See, I always used TuneIn Radio to listen to LRN live. So if I'm in my car or something like that, or if I'm running, if I want to listen to any of the shows in LRN like Us or Cop Block, Flaming Freedom, Free Talk Live, Freedom Fiends, I would just use TuneIn Radio.
Yeah.
And that works fine for me. But I did not. I saw that Ellerin just came out with an app. Maybe it is a revamped app. I don't know. But I've kind of been debating whether or not we should get an app for the show.
What would this app consist of?
See, I don't know, because in all honesty, like I don't have a podcast app for any podcast I listen to. I don't have their app. Like I've heard other podcasts mention like we have an app, and I see that you have an Ellerin. Weird, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, it looks nice.
Is that an old one? That's the one that's been on there for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how long.
The one I download looks nothing like that. It's a different app.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah, they probably rebranded. We are in the process of rebranding.
Well, it's not so much rebranding. It's more so the show just evolves. Like this show continually evolves to the point where.
Yes, but what I mean is that
it says Rebel Love Show.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
No, what I mean is
you're already on an app.
We're already on multiple apps, but I'm saying like an official Rebel Love Show.
Well, this is your network's app.
Yeah, so
we're on multiple networks.
We should just promote the network's apps. Well, maybe, but what I mean is,
I promote the shit out of Ellerin.
What I mean by revamping is like the website looks different. I know I have my blogging section on there.
Which you haven't yet to blog.
No, because you said it was too long.
No, that was your bio, babe.
That was too long. I have to complete the page.
Long. Your bio is like an essay. Like,
well,
you gotta do it down to like a paragraph.
Well, anyway, the RebelLoveShow.com now has a Rebel Mistress link, and
and I hope to see articles on it.
Yep, and you'll see articles, and I'll also get to do my bio. It seems like everyone's writing articles now. Everyone's like this writer all of a sudden. I don't know.
I'm a horrible writer. I hate writing. I'm horrible at it.
like
I'll
articles.
do it. I'll blog, but like, it takes me way too long to do it, and I'm always self-conscious about my writing stuff, which is horrible. I'm not a writer. Like, I don't know how I even do radio.
I wish people did more video stuff, which is we have the king of video producing here. But like, I wish people like did more video blogs and stuff like that.
I would love to see more video blogs from the Shire, from here. The only thing is, like, for me, like, this takes up so much time just doing this show, like resource and time and energy.
Yeah, but as
much
time as you can take to sit at a computer and type words, you can speak them even faster. So.
Well, you know, it sounds like the Rebel Mistress to start her own YouTube channel and do like a 5-minute blog, like a day or something along those lines. Yeah,
and
5
maybe
minutes
once
a day.
A month.
No,
I'm busy. I have a job.
5 minutes. You're talking about a couple-minute video. You can make it raw. You can just record yourself talking into a camera and upload it to YouTube.
I don't like raw videos. I like edited videos.
You know, the last 2 times that I've been on the show, I've pitched to you, really producing the Rebel Love Show as an online TV show, if you will.
Yeah, we've been talking about the Rebel Love world.
Yeah. Well, we want to do something like that where we have. I want the show to like have a high quality like production value to it. Don't get me wrong.
Where you can really you can get advertisers, you can make them the show actually make money and
I'm
also,
down for that.
And then I wouldn't have to work my boring 9 to 5. I could just like be crazy all the time. People can watch it.
I'll love us both just be crazy all the time. That'd be
no,
beautiful.
You need to be you need to work, babe.
I need to work.
Yeah.
No.
You like your job.
I do like my job, but I would prefer not to be there if I had to choose that or like living this. I live this 24/7.
Yeah, me too. But I think that's a lot of people's problems. I know we were talking about getting burnt out earlier. Maybe that's why they come here and they want to live so hard they forget they have to work.
Well, I mean, like for me though, like I get burnt out on this show. Like I'm way behind on putting content out.
But that's just because you're lazy.
No, it's not because I'm lazy. It's just like it burns out. Like it.
What does that mean? Define burnt out.
First off, I know you have your seditious sirens and you guys, but you don't do much with it. Like you don't put that much content out. Like when's if I went to the YouTube channel, when was the last episode that was posted? Do you even have a podcast? Do you even you have a website?
Yes. It goes straight to our Facebook page.
Yes, of course.
But so what? Just because we don't do that doesn't mean we're still not doing something.
I'm not saying you ain't doing something.
And so you're burning yourself out because the point is not to keep up with the appearances. The point is to, actually do something and to have something to talk about. So you look at activism as being a slacktivist. Like, if we're taking time out to actually do something, that counts. You don't have to spend so much time editing your website page. You need to be out in the community actually doing something.
I understand that, but like, I have multiple video projects, like videos I wanted to create that It's
never too late. You just can't stress about it though. Life comes first. You got to live it first.
I understand that. Trust me, I do live it first. But what I'm saying is that I have multiple video projects that I've already filmed that I literally have just never made. Like, they're just sitting on my computer. Like ideas that I have like the video shots. I got everything there. It's just sitting there. I haven't made anything out of it.
We're in a studio block right now. Like, you know how people have writer's block? We have studio block. So, I mean, when we update...
Well, no, I don't have studio block. I just don't have the time to do it. That's
but, I mean, I feel like once we are in our Rebel Love Studios 2.0, like, you'd have more inspiration. But, Beau, my question to you was, what do you see happening on this Rebel Love show, TV show? Would it just be a crazy poly house? Like, what would be going on?
No, I'm thinking like a talk show. You have multiple cameras. It's just like this show here, except you revamp your camera situation, equipment situation, everything. You you cue more video and have guests, maybe call-in guests, or even have a call-in element to it. Like, that's a different style.
Rob would never do call-in.
Yeah, I'm very adamant against any kind of call-in show.
Well, then, because
I don't want to rely on that.
Well, then there's, again, you guys talk about all kinds of different events and things like that. So this is where you can actually add like video and photos and sound bites, all kinds of other media.
Well, right now we're using an app to change camera angles here. If you're watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/RebelLoveShow. We have 2 different camera angles, which I don't even like these camera angles. We're in Dale's studio. I'm dissing his studio, but whatever. He uses an app called Mannequin on the Switch, and I literally have to click on each angle to change it, which is so annoying. I like using Wirecast. Wirecast is great. You can actually upload your own video in there and use that as a shot, so I can really just press a key on the keyboard and it goes to that shot.
Okay, when we come back, more on the Rebel Love Show. Stream of us cop blocking.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting and great and like really well put together.
Yeah.
And it was just us living our lives, but the way it looked was like really. It looked really well, like really well played out, and like someone was asking us questions that were holding the camera, so we were definitely talking more and stuff like that, and it eventually just felt natural. We were talking to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was awesome. Like, it was just like a whole, like, I don't even know how long that video was of us just.
It was like 2 hours.
Just go out weekly or something and record a bunch and archive.
But that's the thing, we gotta do more activism.
Yeah.
We can just get a new crazy task every week.
We would do more cop blocking with the UI checkpoint if they actually did that still.
Well, you could. There's other cop blocking to do.
I don't like cop blocking, though.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of cop blocking. At all.
Cop block.
Hey, we need to make a new commercial, babe. We need to make that on our checklist.
Okay.
Kickstart's talking about Pork Therapy. That was a good show. I used to listen to that. Oh, someone gets tired of the newbie gets tired of the poly talk. Tough shit, newbie. We're a poly show. Hey, babe. Here's your question. Talking to the mic. I got a question for you. What are you doing?
What?
We're on the show.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. It's on YouTube. This is still part of the show. It's the show between the show.
Okay, what is your question?
Should we get new theme music? I'm getting tired of our intro bumper.
Okay, well, let's take some time to find some new theme music.
Well, yeah. I'm asking you, do you have a kind of choice? I'm thinking about using one of the bumpers as the intro music.
Oh, no, you shouldn't change the intro music.
You don't change the intro music?
No. That's crazy. Why would you do that?
I don't know. I'm not really feeling it anymore.
And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. I noticed in the chat a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I'm so tired of everyone talking about poly." And suck it up. This is the Poly Love Show, the Rebel Poly Love Show. Where does
Poly is Rebel Love.
Poly is Rebel Love.
Yeah.
Maybe we should name the episode. Yeah, so there'll always be poly talk because we always have such interesting poly stories.
We live a poly lifestyle, so like
yeah, we do.
Subjects that come up in around us.
We do live a very interesting lifestyle, and it has the same roller coasters and challenges that someone else might be going through. So maybe us talking about it will make it normal for someone else, which is great. Because this is what I like about polyamory, the fact that it's more so something that muggles can relate to than liberty, which is weird.
Oh yeah. Like there's more
so
people.
Weird.
It's easier to talk to my coworkers about being openly poly than it is to be like openly like a voluntarist.
Yeah, because people just don't get it, which it makes no sense because if you think about poly and you really examine it, it's free love. Yeah. It's just being free, and I think the two intertwine so well. Like you have to have that kind of mindset of, fuck, these standards that people are saying this is the only thing to do or the only way to be. There are so many different ways to be and things to do. So, I feel like it's breaking out of that once you fully accept poly. Being in a triad, I can say, I don't know if people look at you more funny for being a woman and a woman or a man and a man than you being with three people. I can't really figure it out. People always are like, "Oh, Rob's awesome," and I'm like, please go shut the fuck up. Why do people think like that? I can never understand.
Have you noticed that I get more props than you do for being in a triad?
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. It's this weird double standard of some sort or
another. Yeah, and it's people are oh, even when they're the guy who we talked about last show, he was trying to get married to two women. They're I'll recognize that more when it's a woman and two men. But it's either we're equal or we're not. You can't just play this double standard the whole time. Oh, no, men get more props for being in a poly relationship than women because you're playing into the same double standard as well. And if a woman was on that thing with two men, it'd be oh, she's the sluttiest person ever. She can't settle for. People can't be happy.
Well, I will say this, that I'm definitely going against the norm being the man in a two-woman relationship here in the Shire compared to like most of the people, many of the people here in the Shire. Most of them are women who have multiple boyfriends. I've seen that. I won't say that's a stereotype, but I have witnessed that to be the case more often than not because in this community there are more men than women, so it kind of makes more sense that that's the case. I do not flow down that road, so I kind of am bucking the trend even more than the average like muggle man, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that like this whole big daddy thing, though? I hate when people look at it like that. Like, it makes me angry. Even when we talk about, like, age differences and stuff, people are like, oh, big daddy. And I'm like, please shut the fuck up. Because it's nothing like that at all. We're people. We're humans who have feelings and emotion. It has nothing to do with our age. It has nothing to do with how many people we decide to sleep with or don't sleep with, or be in a relationship with. Like, that part of us is first of all, even though we talk about it in a grand scheme of things, we're not hurting anyone, so it's none of your fucking business. So why are people always so anti? That's what I don't get. I don't get people who are so angry about it.
One thing I love about our relationship is we're very open about it. Like, not just like on the interwebs, you know, like talking about it on the show or
no.
media.
You're always surprised. It's like you're amazed by our lives, and you have to state the fact that you're amazed all the time.
Well, I always find. See, I know I'm trying not to do that. I always find my life to be amazing, but no, but like even like at work, like you and Amy came into like my job multiple times. You know, like just walk in, like to come bring me coffee. You know, like little things like that. But that's still, or like we all went out to dinner and like, you know, holding hands, or like walking on the beach and like holding hands.
But it doesn't. I mean, at least to me, it doesn't feel any different than being in a two-people relationship.
No, it's not any different to me either. Like,
so, but then you're like, oh,
like
it's because it's this other person.
Well,
it makes it like extra. I'm like, no, you should treat it like it's normal, and then other people will treat it like it's not like some alien space probe thing.
Believe me, I treat it as normal. I treat it. Wait, you're telling me in normal day-to-day life I don't treat it normally? I mean, I may not describe it as being normal, because I know it's not normal.
Yeah, but to us it is.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
We should, okay,
no.
but that's my point, sweetie. You can't talk about it like it's this alien extraterrestrial thing, and then that's how people look at it, because that's how you're talking about it. So it's like, oh, I have all these questions. Like,
well, it's kind of like when I come out to someone as being poly, which sounds weird to say just to begin with, but. Like at work, and like there's a new manager, so like I'm talking to him, like he started there like right after I came back from Porcfest, so I'm telling him about my best week of my life, and I'm like, all right, full disclosure, I'm all this, but like, hey, check this out, like I was showing like the video that Beau made, actually, the raw video he sent me a link to of the proposal. I'm like, this is Anne, this is Amy, blah blah blah, and like describing it all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't talk about things the way you do in that aspect.
Well, yeah, you see, yeah, you're living it more freely than I am sometimes. Like, you like, just go with the flow. You act like it's natural. And it is natural. It's natural to me.
No, yeah, I have no doubt, like, that it feels natural or anything. I just think it amazes you when it comes out of your mouth. Which, I mean, sometimes we're ungrateful, which we talk about. Like, some people are home every night and not getting any, and
I know. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes like the conversations we have in regards to what we have and complaining about something just seems so trivial compared to like the average person.
Like,
the average person shouldn't even be contemplating, discussing those things. I like to call those poly problems. Like there's definitely unique situations that come into play as being poly compared to being mono. Like there's stuff that mono people would never even worry about. It wouldn't even come across their radar as like an issue, but it's definitely an issue in regards to like poly stuff.
Well, sorry to just like jump in here, and I barely have any context on the issue, but it's a lot like being an entrepreneur, or just being a free-minded person in general. Like you're open-minded enough to consider other possibilities and other outcomes and means to get to those outcomes. I
always try to see things from other people's perspective, and I never want to force my life onto someone else either. So it comes to a point where I'm doing the show, but it's free. You choose to listen to me. you could say fuck me and log off right here, right now. But, you know, if I'm forced to interact in things such as work or whatever, I'm just gonna, you know, go, like you said, go with the flow and, you know, let it be cool. And that's it. I try to just, you know, bring my vibe everywhere. And I don't even look at it as putting on this, like, costume, because a lot of people say when you go into work, you zip up into this costume and then you unzip, and then there's, like, this large, like, other person that just comes out. But
well, that's how one of my last relationships ended up. Why one of the reasons why it turned sour, and it ended up resulting, of course, I'm friends with the girl, but yeah, I was wearing a mask. Different situations I'd put on a different mask. I'm less likely to do that now. I'm much more aware of how I behave in different situations. I'm trying to all bring to this one singularity where I just am this person all the time. I don't change who I am for somebody else. I don't, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's when I fell in love, was when I found someone I felt like I was me completely with.
Right.
I didn't feel like I was, you know, trying to be this person for that person or anything. I felt like I was me, and I was me all the time, 24/7, and I never stopped being me once. And, you know, that's what I like, because I see people in mono and poly relationships, and they're like, you putting on all these different hats, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I like your plain head. Like, just be you. Because that's the sexiest thing you can do, is be yourself.
Yeah, I can't stand when someone acts as if there's someone different around a different crowd or something like those lines. Like, I understand, like, when you're at work, and even at work, like, I censor myself on some things when someone talks about, like, the police or something like that. I'm like, I want to go get coffee. Like, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to, like, rustle feathers or anything. But, like, in regards to my life, I'm open about it at work. Like, I'm fully open about it. We went to the commercial break.
I heard it.
I barely heard it.
I
barely heard it on
my
mine.
ear.
I barely heard it on mine.
I think it's compressing out that audio too, where it's supposed to just be compressing out ambient sound. You're also compressing out your.
That's weird. Oh, I had it lower down for this, but
okay.
Yeah, I need to not do that anymore. Oh well. Anyway, we got one segment left. All right, last segment, guys. Beau, what do you want to talk about?
Down for whatever.
Down for whatever. What about you, babe? You got the show notes ahead of you. Babe. Babe.
Sorry, I'm doing something.
What are you doing?
Meryl.
What? I'm following Shelby on Snapchat.
Well, hey, add her. Tell her to add me on Snapchat. I would message her on Facebook, but she's not on there. Hey, is Amy coming over tonight?
I don't know. You should ask her. Probably not.
Probably not, yeah. I don't see that happening tonight. That's only the second time I've ever talked into the break, too. Only second time.
Okay.
Since I've been doing the show, yeah.
Not a bad record.
It's always remembering to turn this back up. Like, I lower it down for the commercial breaks just so I kind of have an audio cue, because I don't have a show clock. You know, I could make one, but
yeah,
yeah, I can just put times right down at the bottom. That's what I plan to do on my laptop. Just have like the time stamps.
Yeah.
And when they come back from break.
Nice.
We can talk about what you think we should do for the new studio in regards to the equipment, because we are going to rebuild.
Yeah.
You know. We're definitely going to have a green screen again. That's going to happen. We'll get the lighting now.
Yeah, I think lighting.
Oh, we didn't even turn this lighting on. That's too hot, and the one thing's not going to do much in this room, anyways. Oh, it's too late. It's already.
Exactly. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's a little late now. Change it up.
I didn't even think about it.
There's one behind you too. I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it seemed dim here.
It was really hot, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Beau. He'll be sweating.
This Mark really used my magic mud.
I don't know.
So you really think the Rebel show can make money?
Yeah. Yeah, you just need to step up the quality and really just spend more time on show prep, stuff like that, and really produce the show beforehand. Have a piece by piece what the show is actually going to entail. Of course, expect some spontaneity, but.
All right, welcome back, guys, and we got one segment left here till the end of the show, and we can go on to how we are going to be moving the studio. We're going to be finally having a new studio, Studio 2.0 of Rebel Love Studios, and
Yeah.
what do you guys want to see out of this studio? Because we need to up the game a lot.
Well, obviously we're gonna have a new green screen. Did you teach yourself how to edit video?
Yeah, I learned before going to school.
Oh, okay. And then just school just added to those skills.
Oh, and learned all kinds of other things too. Yeah.
How much schooling did you take for video editing?
Well, it wasn't specifically just video editing, but it was 4 years.
Oh, okay. Well,
I keep teaching myself, but
Yeah.
even then it's hard to do sometimes.
it's very hard. But I'm glad people like you are in the community.
Well, I'd be happy to tutor.
Yeah, definitely. Because we want to have a green screen, a new one improved green
Well,
screen, but
maybe
we need to learn how to work it and everything. So
Yeah, that. I'm more
all
of the
the
audio
magic
guy.
and beauty.
Like
that
I
can
feel
come
like I've gotten an idea of how to do at least decent audio compared to the average Liberty podcasts out there. I like to think our audio is pretty good. It's not great. It could
Well, it
always be a
wasn't
lot
good
better.
tonight.
No, that's because we're in Dales and I don't know. Usually it sounds good in here, but it's not great because of this air conditioning. If we turn it off, I don't know. Even then, it's scorching hot if we don't do that. But hopefully the listeners at home will deal with the audio quality because we will be back at our studio hopefully by maybe not the next episode, but the episode after that for sure.
Oh, we also have to get a casting couch, a new casting couch. If you don't know what a casting couch is, you should Google it.
That casting couch pulls the room together too in the studio.
Yeah, but we need a new one.
I love how so many people sit on that couch too.
Yeah, so what I would do, there's some other options you can go for as far as cameras other than webcams.
Yes.
So DSLRs, you can get a cheap used Canon Rebel T3i like what I have. They actually just discontinued the T3i, and but it'll plug in via HDMI into your computer so long as you have an HDMI in. You can, if you don't, on your laptop or whichever.
Where do you get your computers, or what do you recommend for a computer?
I build mine, and
Okay.
I have a couple Hackintoshes, as I call them, or as they're the community that does this sort of thing calls them. But I'll take either PC parts and build my own machine, and then have to make a custom bootloader to load Mac OS. Or I'd take a pre-built machine and have to either patch software, firmware, stuff like that to make it work.
For the camera, so like a DSLR, you can have that as a camera source, on your computer, and switch camera angles with those on there.
Yeah, so you'd probably want to get some sort of actual hardware video switcher of sorts, or port, a multi-port connector. But I mean, there's all kinds of hardware options. Hardware options are getting cheaper nowadays than they used to be. Software is definitely a possibility, but you have to have like a beastly computer machine to handle it.
Because right now we use an app called Wirecast that change camera angles, but that does use a lot of CPU. So a lot of times I see it, even on our new PC, like it chugs almost sometimes.
Yeah, and so you need a good graphics card. What you really ought to look into is an old, I mean, if you can get the right adapter connections for it, like an old Blackmagic card. It's a video in essentially with a whole bunch of inputs, whereas normally you just have outputs in your traditional graphics card. But you need a high-powered graphics card to be able to like operate your playback, and then one to capture the video, essentially all the different video feeds that you'd be sending into it. Those things, I mean, those are like $1,000+ cards, the Blackmagic cards, but that's if you buy it new. So
that's a little outside my price range, to be perfectly honest.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's going to be seamless. You end up like pulling in uncompressed video and push it back out live. And then so long as your internet connection's good and your viewers are not watching on like 56K or something, you're at least going to get a decent quality standard definition video.
Yeah, I feel like video is becoming more and more so important, especially if we're going to start really doing video blogs and stuff. We need like the proper equipment for that. So that's what I mean by the new studio will inspire more work.
And that's another thing too. I think you should set a goal. You were talking about having all kinds of video projects that are sitting in standstill mode and standby or whatever, and like set a goal of like a video a week, and even like set a like reoccurring format. So like you have your show that you do every week. Like have like a 5 or 10 minute video that you push out where you're promoting one thing or another. Like a story or somebody's activism or something like that.
Like a little infomercial. A little short infomercial.
I've always wanted to do something like that. I always want to do like an update from like New Hampshire, like what's going on right now. This is just going on in the news, or like these are people you should be aware of what's going on. Like kind of like not like a dossier of the community, but like just like kind of like what Dave Ridley did, but like not so Dave Ridley-ish.
I mean, I'm down, and I could be your producer as well, so I think we can.
No, I'm your producer. Babe.
Okay, fine.
But I'm not. I don't do editing very well.
Yeah, exactly. And editing. I'm a better.
I used to actually have a goal of like one like edited video like at least every couple.
I
weeks.
think maybe we should start with that goal. It's simple. We should just try to get something where
my goal right now is just to be one like edited video a month besides the show. Like that would be my goal. Is one a month.
That's
and even
a good
then
goal.
that's a hard goal to get to.
Start with it, and get bigger and bigger as it gets easier and you get more of a workflow down as you develop a workflow, record it, and like make sure that you're going back and either refining or redoing, keep going with that same format.
See, this is the guy we need to come to when we're revamping and rebuilding, because the Rebel Love show is taking a turn, and hopefully Beau Davis can help us.
I want the professional quality to be up for sure. Like,
yeah.
I want it to go jump a lot higher than what we are now.
So where can people find your videos and works and whatever you need?
Oh, well, I mean, get a hold of me. I'll show you some stuff.
Just find them. Beau Davis people, just find them.
I came here thinking you're going to have some sort of, like, juicy video you're going to release, like, here on the show.
I wish.
No, not this time around.
No.
Well, just at least give us, like, access to, like, okay, when is the Porkfest video you think going to be released?
The proposal?
Yeah.
Well, that's up to you guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
we basically need to get through an intro.
I'm still finishing up other works too. I've since you guys have seen the rough draft that I sent you, that was it hasn't changed since.
Oh, okay. I mean, it was pretty awesome as it was. I feel like that's like a little secret gift that it should be wait to release at the opportune moment.
It's a pretty cool video. It was fun, to edit and to shoot. And,
Oh, thank you for that, by the way. And in case you don't know, you definitely want to hire you for the ceremony.
Cool. I've actually shot many wedding videos over the course of my time in college and everything. And I actually worked for a video production company that specialized just in weddings, and I didn't make nearly as much money as I should have when I was working for them. I was getting like $100 a video or whatever, and meanwhile the guy who hired me was banking like a couple grand or so.
Wow.
Wow. Well, we'll do the best we can.
Later. well, nowadays, like, you should check out. There's this would be interesting for your show, by the way, too. There's a robotic camera called the Solo Shot 2. And it's nothing spectacular except that you can have an automated panning, tilting camera zooming to on a subject that nobody is operating.
Wow.
You have like a wristband or something like that, and the camera just on a tripod follows and tracks your movement, zooms in. You can set different parameters so that, like, if you do a certain kind of motion or whatever, it's going to react differently one way or another. But yeah, so you can cut me out of the game entirely and just hire this robot.
Well, maybe. Awesome. And you can find me at the Rebel Mistress /Facebook, seditiousirens.com.
You can find all the show content at rebelloveshow.com.
Peace,
guys.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool device. Although it doesn't